for our sounds of spirit in the house. We have Linda on piano, Oliver on bass, and David on drums. And you are here in the house of divine loving, good for your skin, perspiration, baby. This is good for your skin, make you pretty. Yeah. Hey, y'all. We might as well party. As around the sun, the earth knows she's revolving, and the rosebuds know to bloom in early May. Just as hate knows love's the cure, you can rest your mind assured God is loving you always. As today I know I'm living, but tomorrow will make me the pastime that I mustn't fear. For I know deep in my mind a love of me I left behind. 'Cause God is loving you always. Until the rainbow burns the stars out in the sky, until the oceans cover every mountain high, until the dolphins fly and perish when at sea, until we dream of a life and life becomes a dream. Did you know that true love asks for nothing? Her acceptance is the way we pay. Did you know that life is given up a guarantee to last through forever another day? Just as time knew to move on since the beginning, and the seasons know exactly when to change. Just as kindness knows no shame, go through all your joy and pain. God is loving you always. Until the rainbow burns the stars out in the sky, until the ocean covers every mountain high, until the dolphins fly and perish when at sea, until we dream of life and life becomes a dream, until the day that 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 is more, until the day that is the dream that is no more, until the earth starts turning right to left, until the earth just for itself denies itself. We all know sometimes I hate and trouble. Can you wish you were born in another time and place? But you can bet your lifetime that and twice is double. Then God knew exactly where He wanted you to be placed. So make sure when you say you're in it but not of it, you're not helping to make this place sometimes call hell. Turn your lives into truth and then change that truth into love. And maybe our children, grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren will tell God is loving you. God is loving you. Let's keep that energy going. We get ready to sing our congregational song. And for those of you that are here, if you have a cell phone, call somebody, text somebody, tell somebody what a great time you're having in this beautiful, people pay to go to sweat boxes. We let you in for free. Come on into the sweat box and get your skin tone sparkling pretty. So if you're not doing that, then turn that phone off and get with us as we sing our congregational song. Here go the lyrics. Congregational song. God is in everything. Here we go. I see joy
Good morning. And welcome to Universal Spirit Center. I'm glad that you're here. I'm Kevin Busey, and I welcome you to a divine experience. Especially acknowledge those who join us in this sauna this morning. As well as acknowledging all of you who join us, hopefully from a comfort of an air-conditioned space. I have to tell you, though, I do love this time of year because I call my brother who lives in New Orleans and complain about our temperature. And sometimes he calls me a name that I can't share here on a Sunday morning. So it's the first Sunday in September. Who was born in September? Please stand. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Wow, I'm so impressed. Except for January, a lot of cool people were born. Except for January. And these birthdays tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right. And Lee, who makes up these announcements, did do a typo here. He said Virgos are the best. So, hey, I want you to put on your calendars, October 15th is date night. Either you have a date you could bring or find one you have between now and October 15th. Because we're having a barbecue and blues concert. Yeah. Gino's in charge of the blues, and Carolyn and Al are in charge of the barbecue. Southern barbecue. Isn't that great? It's going to be in Bankers Hill on 3rd and Spruce, the old aesthetics. But just put the date down. It's date night. Whether you've got someone, you're going to find someone, or just date with us. It's going to be a really great experience. So I wanted to let you know about that, as well as September 25th, the last Sunday of the month. We turn 21 years old. 21. So a generous donor has stepped up to provide a catering experience for all of us. And it's going to be Greek catered. Yeah, so all we have to do is show up at Pioneer Park in Mission Hills. The staff like to go there because there's a cemetery of ministers in that park. They like to show it to me each year. But a cemetery for ministers isn't back there. Once the kids found it, the teens, and they were so excited to find ministers buried. Anyway, I divert. So September 25th, after our second gathering, I wanted to let you know that. And then also, I wanted to invite you personally to this Wednesday night. We're beginning Foundations for Spiritual Living. It's a powerful 10-week journey in which we apply spiritual principles to our lives, watch our lives transform in the intimacy of spiritual community. How many of you have taken Foundations? Okay, two things about that. Would you recommend it? Yes. Do you want to be in the cool crowd? Be able to raise your hand the next time I ask this? Join us. You can come Wednesday night at 6:30 and just check it out. You don't have to commit. Check it out. And let me say something else about that experience. It will be air conditioned. It's going to be nice and cool in there. So we wanted to let you know about that. And Lee has birthday boy almost. You have the rest of the announcements, right?
Hi, I'm Lee Armantrout. I get to share the rest of the announcements with you, and they're on this lectern somewhere. So, I don't know why they're out of order. Here they are. Power of Your Word class. So if you've taken Foundations, that's the first of the certificated courses. There are 6 prerequisite certificated courses before one is eligible for professional practitioner training. which is a 2-year program. So if you've taken Foundations and you're not feeling called to take it again, you want to move on to the next thing, it's called Power of Your Word. It's Tuesday nights with Reverend Sherry Ganand on the 6th of September, 6:30 to 8. So you won't. Power of Your Word is all about getting really comfortable and powerful in your prayer work. So that's something that you might want to check out. There's a sign up on the Yes table, and there's a button on our Classes tab on our website. Kitchen Conversations is this Wednesday, and the topic is, why is there food scarcity in low-income neighborhoods? So food is scarce among certain communities and tends to be more scarce among those with less money. We will explore how this is happening and what we can do to help with Gino online and in person on Wednesday. Then, Reverend Kevin, oh wait a minute, oh God, I don't know why all my pages are messed up here. Racial Equality Project Call to Action. We've been saying this a couple times. Just want to make sure that you're aware. We're going to invite you to a experience at an Ethiopian restaurant in town. It's on El Cajon Boulevard. That's on the 18th of September after the second gathering. We're going to enjoy that cuisine together and have a powerful conversation as well afterwards. Yes? So you can sign up on the Yes table as well. And now we take a breath and a beat for our history. On this day, in 1901, Alabama adopted a new state constitution that prohibited interracial marriage and mandated separate schools for black and white children. Several of the discriminatory provisions of the 1901 Constitution, including the mandate to maintain racially segregated public schools, have to date not been repealed. To overcome racial injustice, we must confront our history, and we are all a part of our history. Yes. So that's it. You'll notice that Bob isn't here. Bob generally does the announcements and does a dad joke at the end. And in his absence, I'm going to do something, but I've learned so much from Bob. Like, for instance, do you know the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing?
Thanks for the Bob joke, Lee. So I want to share, if you're in the room and you're interested in Foundations, please sign up on the Yeses table. And if you're joining us online and you're interested in checking out Foundations, please contact us at lee@universalspiritcenter.org. lee@universalspirits.org. So let's all stand. Let's turn around to the camera and wave to the folks online. Thanks for joining us. A lot of you are joining us this morning, and we thank you for joining us. Now I'm going to invite you to turn to each other and welcome each other to Universal Spirit Center.
Everyone would make their way back to their seats. My name is Hunter Tallman. I'm one of the many licensed prayer practitioners here at Universal Spirit Center. I'm here to share today's reading, lead us in a time of meditation, and then bring us out of that with a prayer. So let's just take a deep breath, letting all the love that we just experienced really sink in. Allowing that breath to center us and root us exactly where we are. Today's reading comes from Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit. And it goes like this. The universe holds nothing against us. No matter how many mistakes we have made, we are still perfect beings within. And the within may become the without if we are carefully train ourselves to the inner voice of truth, which speaks to us in our moments of quietness and solitude. How good it is to know. How good it is to know the perfection of this moment. How good it is to experience the perfect balance of the universe, coursing through this very moment, coursing through each and every one of us, knowing that we are safe, knowing we are supported by this perfect balancing presence. It's in that safety, it's in that support that we have the freedom to show up exactly as we need to be, exactly as who we are. As any one of the infinite expressions of divine love. We are free to be just that. An expression of love. Knowing that this courses through each and every single person here. It moves through the sounds and songs of Gino Walker and the musicians, through the words of Rev Kev, through each and every person that made this perfect moment possible, the support of the universe, and through each and every single one of you, whether you join us in person or are watching at home, knowing we are perfectly balanced, knowing we are perfect expressions of love.
I am listening to the music of
Gina Walker and Sounds of Spirit. I don't know why we spend money on a good mic for you. Don't need it. So a few of us are in the book study, What's in the Way is the Way. Isn't that an interesting name? What's in the way? It is the way. It's in the way. So last Wednesday night we were meeting, and I had a flashback during the classes to when I first came to this teaching some decades ago. And I came to the teaching, and when I first heard this idea that the universe supports us, I thought, I'd never thought about that. I thought at best maybe the universe was neutral, but probably on most days there's some kind of score sheet about my behavior somewhere going on. But to just for a minute be with this idea, the universe, God, moving through the universe, supports you, is supporting you right now in your daily life, in your everyday life. The thing is, it just requires of us some deep listening. So I've been reading this book, great book, called The Universe Story. The Universe Story is written by two scientists, Thomas Berry and Brian Swim. So I've been reading a section where they're talking about the development of the first complete cell. They actually start just talking about the evolutionary process from just before the Big Bang all the way to us today. So the part that I'm in the book, it's a slow read, is this development of the first cell. And what they say is the cell went through three major thresholds to become the first. Well, many, but three that they note. The first cell, called Prometheo, they named it Prometheo, developed the ability to receive nutrients from the sun, from light. That first cell, Prometheo, developed the ability to take nutrients in, to be nurtured by the light. That's a big deal. Photosynthesis, right? That's a big deal for them to kind of be able to some degree, note that in history. Major threshold for our becoming. The second cell, which was sometime later, a second cell that was at a threshold came up, and this cell's name was Archon. And Archon developed the ability to receive nutrients from water. So that was a pretty significant thing, because in that time, so much of the earth was covered with water. So for cells to be able to receive nutrients from water was no small thing. And then the third cell, it's called Prosper. Sometime later, this third cell developed the ability to receive nutrients from oxygen. Prosper was this cell's name, Prosper. The first complete cell that could receive nutrients from the sun, from the sea, and from the air. First complete cell. No small accomplishment, given the fact that we are here today. Totally necessary. So here's two things about that I found absolutely fascinating, that I think have direct implications for our lives. Two things. The first is, prior to these cells developed in the capacity to receive nutrients from sun, from water, from air, these very elements destroyed early cells. So if a cell was exposed to light, was exposed to the sun, it would destroy them. if a cell was exposed to water or to oxygen, it destroyed them. So the very thing that they were struggling with became necessary for their growth and expansion and evolution. The very thing that they struggled against was the very thing that was necessary for them, for their own evolution. It's pretty astounding. Think about that. Here's the second thing that I find absolutely fascinating. Prosper, who had the ability to receive nutrients from water, from air, from sun. No one told this cell how to do it. This cell didn't learn. Someone didn't train this cell how to receive nutrients. This cell knew it because it gathered that information from the whole, from the individual unity, the wholeness. And that cell had access to what the community, to what all of life learned and grew in its capacity. That's fascinating. So these new cells that would develop after each one of these thresholds acquired the capacity from their hidden wholeness, from their ultimate unity, how to receive nutrients. Reminds me of the story we hear about indigenous people who tells stories that when they get on the canoe, they paddle to an island or a land that they cannot see, and they say that the waves are telling them how to guide their canoes. Or those indigenous people that traveled to the parts of the ocean that had the most plentiful of fish to fish from. They said they knew how to go there because of their deep listening to the waves and to the wind. The indigenous people were that connected to this wholeness that they incorporated that wholeness or that guidance in their daily lives. Ernest Holmes, our founder, was absolutely aware of this wholeness. He was absolutely aware of this wholeness that contained information or knowledge or guidance that we didn't have to learn, that we just know. Ernest Holmes, one of his favorite quotes one of my favorite quotes by him is, "One must be still enough. One must be still enough to experience that what's invisible is more powerful than what's visible." One must become still enough within themselves, within their outer lives, to experience that what's invisible, wholeness, is more powerful than the visible, than the parts. I think that's a powerful message. When you and I are that attuned, realizing that the wholeness is more powerful than what we see, than the parts, we're experiencing deep listening to divine intelligence. So I've shared off and on this story over the last few weeks, last couple of months, that I was adopted, and my birth mother, who I found in my early 20s, basically didn't want to have a relationship with me. I reached out one other time, and she just, for whatever reason she didn't want a relationship. So, on the story level, I was dealing with maybe an initial kind of rejection. I was adopted, and then had these stories in my mind about maybe what that meant and what that didn't mean, right? And then I met her, and initially, she reached a point where she didn't want to have a relationship. So I went through, again, maybe some rejection. However, over the years, developed some understanding for her, some compassion, and some forgiveness. So I don't feel like I carried a bunch of stuff around about that. I had made some resolution about that. And then, as I shared maybe about a month ago, she died. And that took me to a powerful place where I really felt her presence. And I really felt her gratitude towards me and her openness. And to such a degree that I've never quite felt that, to that degree, from someone else that's made their transition. I feel like the story is now, because we could be more deeply connected, she's present in my life. And so I'm really learning to lean into that as part of an extension of divine presence. And allow that generosity and that gratitude that I feel that she has for me and for my life to happen. It's a powerful journey that I'm on with this. And it's requiring me from moving from my head to try to figure out, is this real? What's going on? I need to gain a knowledge that comes from a deeper place than what I could understand. It's a powerful thing. So, based on what I said this morning, I want to leave you with two questions. What are you struggling with right now in your life? What are you struggling with that is necessary for your further evolution, your further growth, your expansion? What's the struggle that you're being called to be with as a necessary part of who you're becoming? I'm not going to open it up here because it's hot and we want to go somewhere else. And I'd like you to be with it. What is it in your life that you're struggling with that is necessary for your evolution? So that's the first thing. Here's the second thing. If you were able to move from your head to your heart, to your body, and you were still enough, what is it, that wholeness, that this divine intelligence would have just orchestrated everything from the Big Bang? What would this presence tell you about your life, about guidance? What is it that this wholeness is trying to communicate to you? So be with that this week. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. I invite you to sit up straight and tall. This is probably the shortest talk I've ever given. So I'm going to invite you to breathe in. Deeply breathe right into your heart. So let's just move from your head. Let's move from the thinking mind and figuring it out. And breathe. Breathe into that divine wholeness. That dwells within you. You know, sometimes it blows my mind. That same intelligence that dwells in you as an intimate presence caused the first light, the Big Bang. And it resides in you, wanting to be experienced by you. So let's open to that right now. Just breathe in. become still and open and receptive. Hear this voice as it speaks to you in so many different ways, in so many different experiences. Open to this voice as it speaks to you from the array of beings that dwell in your life. So let's just right now open to the many ways this hidden wholeness speaks to us.
I can hear it in the crackling of a bonfire, and I can hear it in the middle of the ocean water. Oh, I just can't explain, but it makes me want to smile. And I can hear it in the rain falls on my windowsill, on a playground where children's laughter live. Oh, I can't explain, no, but it makes you want to smile. And I can hear it in the busy New York City street, and I can hear it in the country Georgia fields of green. Oh, I can't explain, no, but it makes you want to smile. It sounds like grandmama telling you where you come from. Said it's kind of like laughter out of the mouths of your loved ones, or catching up with an old friend, reminiscing on back when. It's like a summertime sprinkler, street side with my ice cream cone. Said it sounds like a choir singing hymns. Hallelujah is the voice of God, yeah, and it makes you feel good inside. And I can hear it in the wind in the early morning, when the fog is getting thick and the birds are chirping. Oh, it's just something I can't explain, no, but it makes you want to smile. And I can hear it in the hush of the midnight hour, when I'm alone in my room and I'm going under. Oh, I can't explain, no, but it brings me back to life. Sounds like the newborn birth of a baby, like the final breath of a loved one passing. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, and it makes you want to smile. It's like a drive-through movie, small town with a big screen, grilling in the front yard. Sometimes it's the simple things, like storytelling with your grandpa. He was so easy to believe, like when the sun goes up, yeah. Sometimes it's better when the sun comes down, 'cause there's something about moonlight, and it makes you feel alright. Oh, it's the voice of God, and it makes you feel It is the voice of God. Oh, it makes you feel so. It makes you feel. You feel so good inside when you hear the voice, the voice of God. The voice of God. It's the voice of God. When you listen, you will hear it. The voice of God is the voice of God. When you listen, you will hear it. The voice. You will hear the voice of God.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Carolyn, and I'm here to talk about giving. I was thinking, sitting here, I love when I come to this place, which is about every Sunday, even without air conditioning. And I was just thinking, about 15 years ago, I was given the question, God either is or isn't. You don't get to pick in between. There isn't a gray. And at that time, I chose God is, but I had no idea what that looked like. And it was a very scary proposition because I'd spent my whole life convincing myself that God isn't. So God is. And then about 13 years ago, I took foundations and started coming every Sunday. And over that 13 years and continuing to today, my definition of what God is continues to grow. And I love that. I absolutely love that about this place. It's not stagnant. God grows and grows and grows, and my understanding continues to grow, and hopefully it'll do that until the day I take my last breath. And so that's why I give. I give so that I can come here. It's a selfish gift. I give so that I have a place. But I also give so that you can come. And that the people watching in their air-conditioned living rooms, I'm not bitter, that they can come. And it's just a joy to be here, and it's a joy to be here with all of you. And so, we have an opportunity right now. We had someone step up and offer to match what we give above and beyond our normal tithe. And that person I don't know who it is, person, offered to match $10,000 in gifts. So imagine you go to the ATM right now and you ask for $20 and it gives you $40. Well, wouldn't you keep doing that? I would. And so this is your opportunity. You have your normal tithe that you've committed to, but right now, if you give that extra 20, you're really giving 40. You're doing that machine error. You're giving extra. And that's pretty neat. I mean, we don't get that opportunity very much to have our money just double with in these interest rates. Yes. So out of that $10,000 that was offered for matching, $8,300 has been given. So we have $1,700 to go, which is really $3,400, right? This week we have added, or this month we have added a new way to give, and that is Zelle. Especially for the folks at home, if you have Zelle on your phone, Yeah, hallelujah. You have a way to give. Just it comes right out of your bank account. No fee to the church. So in all the ways you give, there's a bar or QR code in front of you. Thank you. You can give that way. You can give with the stuff that comes out of the ATM. But give a little bit more this week, and that will be matched. You're given double. It's free money. Please. And let's have this church be here for everybody. Bring a friend. Show them what God is in your life and in all of our lives. The universe is abundant, and it's full of love, and let's share it. Thank you.
I am opening myself to receive. I am opening myself to believe that everything I want and everything I need, all of this and more, waiting patiently for me to believe and be open to receive. Now I want you to join in with me and sing along. Open to receive. I am opening myself to receive. I am opening myself to believe that everything I want and everything I need, all of this and more, waiting patiently for me to believe and be open to receive. Open your mind, open your heart. Oh, yeah. I am opening myself to believe. I am opening myself to receive. Come on, everything I want, everything I need, all of this and more, waiting patiently for me to believe and be open to receive, receive, receive,
Gino, our house band. I want to acknowledge our production team behind the screen. Thank you, Hunter. Thank all of you for coming. We have been together in this place the hottest day of the year. Isn't that impressive? And we made it. So let's stand. And you have watched us on the hottest day of the year in your air-conditioned homes. So let's place our hands over our hearts. Let's do that. Let's breathe right into an open heart and know and feel and experience the divine presence, this loving intelligence. God's love dwells in the center of you. So we breathe into that. We allow it to flow through us. We let it be. And so it is.
love and joy. Let us sing out God in everything. I choose perfection in what I breathe. I choose God in everything. I know happiness, I know peace. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God in everything. I know God's in everything. Namaste, 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 namaste. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Rock it out. Get your tan on. Yeah. Woo. Namaste, 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 namaste. Have a fantastic Sunday. Great holiday weekend.
That's good. Perfect.